Happy December. Check out my Santa Claus earrings. Today's product kind of reminds me of one of those like old school pens that had the different colors that you could push down that went all the way around. And it's Tuesday, Test It Tuesday, where I do a 5-minute review of a product recommended to me from a social media ad. Today's product is the Hex brush. It's honestly a lot bigger than what I thought it was gonna be. This is in the shade Rose Gold. The Hex brush is a makeup brush where you pop off the cap and then these little sliders pop up different brushes. On the other side, you get 3 other brushes. So when I saw this on Instagram, I was like, okay, wait, that's kind of cool. Now, I'm not a beauty YouTuber. I used to be really into makeup back when I had like the worst acne ever. But ever since my face kind of like cleared up, I haven't really been into makeup as much anymore. And plus I have 5 kids, so I don't really have time for makeup. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I can have all my brushes in one place instead of having like a million brushes floating around in my bag. So it comes in 3 different colors. This is the rose gold, and then it comes in champagne and rosé. It is 6 inches long and 2 inches wide, and it weighs 4 ounces. It is light and compact. It's the perfect tool for daily use or on the go. You can save space in your bag by having all of your brushes in one. It keeps your brushes clean and protected by having the caps on the ends. And I guess this would also keep your makeup bag clean because the inside of my makeup bags are... Obviously, I'm like using the brushes and then sticking them in the bag, so makeup is just everywhere on the inside. These are cruelty-free with synthetic fiber brushes. You get a flat eyeshadow brush, a fluffy powder brush. This would be the tapered highlighting brush. On the other side, an angled contour brush, a dense foundation brush, and a eye blending brush. We're gonna put these brushes to the test. This brush is it's a little awkward to hold, I must say. They say it's easy to use, which is great and all, but it's a little awkward. The brushes are soft. I don't know how easy it is, this foundation brush is to work with. It feels pretty like, I don't know, big. It doesn't feel like the brush is absorbing too much of the product. Next, we're gonna take the contour brush. This isn't exactly how I do my makeup usually, but I'm trying to use all the brushes here, so just kind of going in that order. So, whoa, okay, my contour does not usually come out like this on my other brush. Okay, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this. Like, the brushes are nice, but like holding this, it's like very hard to get used to. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, the UPS guy just dropped something off and I had to sign for it, so he scared the living out of me by banging on the door. Anybody else's male people do that? I am then going to take this blending brush because I forgot to bring eyeshadow over here. So pro tip, if you're just putting a little dimension, you can just use your contour shade in your crease and your highlight shade on your lid. Not sure I like it for the eyeshadow because I feel like I can't see what I'm doing with this. Like, it doesn't come out far enough. I'm gonna put the cap back on. Flip to the other side. I'm going to use this to set my under eyes, and it's also the highlight brush, so I'm going to use it for that also. Not loving it. It's going on very lightly, which I guess is a good thing because then you can build it up and it's not so crazy, but it's a little bit bigger than, let's say, the highlighter brush I would use. Like, I don't want my whole nose covered in highlighter. I like being a little bit more precise where it's just down the very center of my nose and that's it. We're gonna use highlighter here since I have it out. For the lids, I had really high hopes for this and it's just not impressing me. I don't know. Okay, this is a fluffy blending brush. I think I'm gonna end up putting a little bit of blush on it. Put on a little bit of mascara to complete the look. So I think it looks okay overall. I love the concept, but I was disappointed. I had really high hopes for it. I thought it was something cool, unique, and different. And I wanted to love it a lot more than I do. I don't hate it, but is it worth the price? This brush costs $49.95 plus free shipping on all orders. So essentially, this is almost $50 for 6 brushes. So you're essentially paying 8 something a brush, which is not too bad when you're looking at it as a whole. But I'm not sure I love the brushes. The downfalls for me are the eye brushes. They're not long enough. So it's really hard for me to see what I was actually doing when I'm doing this. I definitely like the blending brush better than the flat brush. The flat brush was a miss for me. It wasn't holding on to the product that well, and I feel like my Eco Tools brushes that are not very expensive that I use for my eyeshadow work much better than this did. I liked the foundation brush. I thought it worked pretty well. Not a huge fan of the fluffy brush. Also not a huge fan of the highlight brush that they have in here. And I felt like the product wasn't really showing up too well. Overall, do I think it was worth the $50? Not 100% sold on it. I wanted to love it so bad. Let's talk about cleaning it. So to clean these brushes, you have to clean them like this. Obviously, they suggest cleaning them on a silicone mat, and then they suggest leaving them in the outward position until they're fully dry to put them back in. And these brushes are kind of dense, and I would feel like they would take a really long time to dry, especially when they're all bunched up so close to each other like this. The brushes are on the same track. If you were cleaning this side, you have to wait for them to dry completely before you can flip them to the other side to clean the other side. So I feel like that's kind of a downfall in the design. It's gonna take like an entire day for one side to dry before you can clean the other side. So you can't even clean like the whole thing at one time. You have to kind of do one side then the other. The brushes are not removable. You cannot take them out of here at all for any reason unless you want to break it. So that's another downfall to these brushes. I just had higher hopes for it. It was a pretty expensive product. I waited for a sale, so I did use a discount code, and my shipping wasn't free, so I don't know if that's something new on their website. It's a cool concept. It's cool to have all your brushes like in one spot. They're protected and you can throw them in your bag, but it's like hard to use, and the brushes weren't my favorite. And then the whole cleaning aspect of this, I just don't think it's worth the hefty price tag that comes with it. I like the name because, you know, it's like hex brush because it's like 1, 2, 3 brushes on this side, 1, 2, 3 brushes on this side, so it's like 6-sided. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. If you want to check out the hex brush for yourself, I'll put a link to it down in the description box below. Well, that's all I have for today's Test It Tuesday. If you enjoyed today's review, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help my channel. And don't forget to come back next Tuesday for another product review. And don't forget to watch last week's video too. Check it out. You might like that product better than this one. All right, bye. My earrings are from Target and they're little Santa Clauses, and I'll put them in the description. Oh, I just wanted to love this so much more. Well, I gotta find the cap to this, and I don't know where it went. Thanks for watching. Bye.